welcome back. Welcome back to the Snapprentice, peeps. How are we doing? What a week. What a week indeed. I hope you're all well. There was a very, very real possibility that this week wasn't going to happen. And I'll get into that in a little minute. But some of you will know I've had a few technical issues this week to deal with. Thank you, mate. I'm feeling very chipper, Thorman. Thor, I'm good. I called you Thorman then. That'll do. It's near enough. We'll combine those. Let's get on our plinky plonky music. We are here for episode 4. And for those of you that don't remember episode 3, the task that the teams were set this week was as follows. So, week 3 is the return of #TeamTorch. The teams were asked to create the biggest human torch. Each team member must enter their biggest torch via a screenshot in the group chats. Their individual torch totals, though, will be combined to create a team torch. And the highest team torch wins. Tonight, we're going to find out how they did. So, before we get into that, did anyone realise why this task came this week? We're in which week? Week 4? None of you picked up on it. Fantastic 4. There you go. No one, not one of you. I was waiting all week and no one picked up. Fantastic task 4. As I've said, the show was delayed a little this week. So for those that haven't been around, it's week 4, Lufku. It's your 3rd task, but it's week 4 in terms of the show. Week 1 was the pilot. Why was the show delayed? Okay, I came home from the day job on Thursday evening. I hit the power button on my PC to load it up because I had a couple of hours and I thought I'll start getting my slides together ready for the show. You know, I've got a bit of time ahead of Friday's show. I get the slides together, I had a couple of hours. Within about a minute of me turning on the PC, complete froze. So I had a complete frozen screen, couldn't do a thing. Then screen goes black, PC switched itself off. Like, weird, it's never done this before. It's less than 2 years old, what's going on? Hit the power button again. Couldn't do a thing. Hard drive completely balked. Some might say the torches this week got so big my PC couldn't handle it. We shall see. I do, at this point though, want to say a massive thank you to the man that's been helping me pull together my videos for YouTube of the show, and that is Nick. So, Nick the Greek, and so it goes. For the tech support, jumped on a video call with me, teaching me how to undo, take apart the tower. Absolutely amazing. At a point where I was panicking, he really was a bit of a rock this week. So a massive thank you from me. I've thanked him personally already, but I wanted to do it on show and let you guys know what an amazing guy he is. So honestly, if you don't know Nick, please go and follow. So, this week, our 2 team Snaptins were, for the Mysterios, Mr. Zal Snap, and for keeping up some appearances was Amanda. And we have Amanda with us this evening. How are you doing? Let me turn the music down a little bit.
Snapton, and we're leaning full into Snapton, so I'm really happy about it.
Awesome. And your week's going all right?
How's it going?
Do you know what I'm going to do? We've had a decent week, I think. It's been an interesting one. And last week, the way I did the show, and last week's show, for those of you that didn't tune in, I kind of tell the story of the week from my point of view. So I'm in both chats. I get to see what everyone's saying in both chats, how they're approaching each week. And yeah, I thought it worked pretty well. People seemed to enjoy it last week, and we had a lot of fun with it. And it's quite funny to see some of the mind games and stuff that's going on. However, we're going to do things slightly differently this week, okay? We've got a lot of screenshots to go through, and I don't want to keep you guys here for 90 minutes, me talking through screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. So I'm going to explain a little bit on how we're going to do it this week. Sound good? Cool. So I'm going to announce one by one the individual torches that were submitted in each team, starting with the lowest scores and working our way up to the biggest individual torch. And as we go, we'll be keeping score of the team totals. So as we count our way up, we're going to keep adding them up and totalizing each time to see who ends up being our winner. And that's from each team. So whoever's the lowest from either team and then all the way up. So it could come from either way. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to go through everyone's individual team torches, starting from the lowest, working our way up to the highest. Okay, torches that were submitted in each team, and we're going to keep score as we go to get up to our team totals. And the first person up is going to be me. I put forward a massive 12 power torch. Unfortunately, I wasn't part of either team, so I let both teams have the 12 points. So both teams have a token 12 points to start themselves off.
It made the difference.
I know. Those 12 points were really, really crucial, and I felt like it wasn't really fair to just give it to one team. So I had to be fair and unbiased to give both teams. I hope that was okay. Stop the count, he says. No. Our first score. So who's first up then for real? Well, it's actually one of our team Snaptins for the Mysterios. It's Zal. And Zal's torch score, 224. Okay, respectable. Beat my 12 multiple times over. Yeah, 224. Okay, decent start.
Pretty good.
So, our next torch is from Felicity, another Mysterio. Felicity put out 256. So that's the Mysterios into an early lead. 492 to 12 so far. Our third person up is actually yet another Mysterio. It's Lufku. Lufku with a massive 8,192 torch. Wait, hang on. Hold on a second. There appears to be an error with your entry, Lufku, and not one you can blame on my broken PC, I'm afraid. After the max capped crystal in week 2, I'm not sure you're fully understanding the tasks. Your Zabu is not flamey enough, I'm afraid. So what was actually your biggest torch? It was a 960. Almost into 4 figures. Respectable. So the Mysterios then, decent lead, 1,452 points to 12, but yet to call out any numbers at all from Snappearances. Surely it's time for a fight back? I think so. So first up from the Snappearances, Mr. Super Tech God. Super Tech God hit 1152. Decent torch. Next up, we have another Snappearance score, and this one was Mr. Father Newman with a huge 2304. So that actually put Snappearances into the lead. What was going to happen next? Well, the Pirate King Tucker hits back. 10,240 from Tucker. Massive number from the Mysterios. Big jump. And that put them in a decent commanding lead. But they weren't settling with that. Obi follows it up with 16,384. Oh my. The Mysterios have a commanding lead by this stage. However, they've had 5 of their 6 team members already announced, and Snappearances still have 4 left to come. Well, here's a quick fire double. Both Docty and Parry, 131,072 point torches. And within about an hour of each other as well. Decent number. So the Snappearances team snapped in Amanda, who's actually up next. You all thought she'd hit a respectable 7168, didn't you? Nice little post on Twitter there. But she didn't.
We gotta bait him.
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't hit 7168. Well, she did, but that was an earlier one. She actually.
That was Lauren.
Oh, was it Lauren's one? Ah, okay. You're posting someone else's screenshot as bait. So, what Amanda did was actually take Docty and Parry's torch, move it one more time to double its power, and posted an incredible 262,144 point torch. So we're now in a world where Snappearances have just over 500,000. Mysterios have 28,000. Big lead for the big lead from Snappearances. Is there any hope left from the Mysterios? So our next torch will be the second biggest of the week, but for which team is it? Underestimate him at your peril. Sammy, take a bow. 33.5 million power torch. Oh my god. How?
Wow.
I still can't get my head around how you guys are pulling these numbers off. 33.5 million power torch. So the Mysterios lead, but switched on amongst you, unlike my PC on Thursday night, which wouldn't switch on at all. You will have realised that we've got one more big old flamey boy to come, and that's from Lauren in the Snapperance's team. Winning this week's task overall with a score bigger than all the other 11 candidates combined, including my 12, she's gone and maxed another one. My quick reaction in the chat at the time, holy shit, not again. And Lauren has a new best friend, Doo-Doo Head. So, congratulations to this week's winning team, keeping up some appearances. We thought we would show exactly what happened here. This is 5 minutes long. I can't even see it on my little screen now to fast forward it. Oh dear me. In fact, yes I can. Let's skip a little bit. Skip to here. I was like half expecting to see a mega null come out. 512 power Odin.
Perfect spot.
Yeah. So the other thing I did with this task was obviously launch it on a weekend where the hot location was Kamatage. So that was a fun one. Almost as if I knew that was coming, and the teams definitely took advantage of it.
I feel like 2.5 minutes of this is just Odin saying, "Are you worthy again?"
Yep.
Here it goes.
Here it goes indeed. It's mental how many times that goes off. Absolute max capped it, as you'll see from the screenshot in a moment. 2.1 bill. And a win for appearances. So, Amanda, as Team Snaptin, that means you win immunity next week. Congratulations. And congratulations to the team. Well done all. Zal couldn't be with us this evening, unfortunately. He has got a family event he's going to, and unfortunately, where we had to move at short notice the show because of the PC problems. Couldn't make this evening, so he does send his apologies. But unfortunately couldn't be with us. But we did contact Zal earlier this week and asked Zal who he wanted to pick for a boardroom battle. And Zal picked Felicity. The reason for this was mainly because the two of them out of the team were the two lower scorers. So Zal himself and obviously Felicity was lower, and he didn't feel that it was fair to let anyone else basically go into it, that it was pumping up bigger numbers. So that's kind of was his reasoning around it. So that's where he went with it. So on Wednesday evening, I contacted Zal, and obviously he gave me the name for Felicity, and Zal contacted Felicity that evening to arrange their battle. After a bit of a conversation between the two of them, Zal approached me and asked if I would have a conversation with Felicity, because she decided that she wanted to step away from the show and take a sacrifice for the team, as she said, partly because she didn't feel she could give enough of her time, super busy with her own league stuff, couldn't give enough of her time to be able to properly give as much as she could into the actual show itself. And after a bit of a conversation, I agreed that would be something we could do, and then we would announce this evening. Very, very sad to lose anyone like that. It does mean for a second week run in, we have no battle to show, unfortunately. But it would have been difficult for the two who were both super busy to actually find the time to schedule that battle and record it and everything for me anyway. Plus, with obviously all the tech issues and stuff that I've been going through, it would have been a difficult one for me to be able to get together and ready for the show regardless. Unfortunately, are leaving us this week, and the person fired is going to be Felicity. Please say your goodbyes. Felicity fired. I said that with a big smile on my face, and I didn't mean that at all. Very, very sad.
Understandable though. She is very busy, and she is
a lot of super busy. So absolute, nothing but love, and I hope she is doing well. We need to see what we're going to be doing for next week shortly. Before then, we're going to pick our new team captains. We have our favourite. Da-da! The wheel. The wheel is back. We're going to pick our team Snaptins. So, Newman is back on the wheel. you can't be team snapped in 2 weeks running. So that means,
Ooh,
Amanda, you do get your immunity. You don't have to appear on the wheel. Human is back on there alongside Docty, Parry, Warren, Ken. So we're going to pick our Snapperances team snapped in for the next week's task. This could be Lauren. I think it is.
Yes, goat captain. Sorry, goat snapped in.
Go snapped in. Snapped in Lauren. Congratulations. Excited? She's in chat. We're going to move across to the Mysterios. Al can't be on the wheel because he was captain snapped in last week. I'll serve you well, Snapperians. You can't have 6 different names, unfortunately. So we've only actually got 4 names on the wheel. We lose Felicity, and Zal can't be chosen 2 weeks running. It's between the returning Sammy back onto the wheel, Tucker, Lufku, and Obi. 4 names. Team snapped in. The Mysterios this week. Is it going to be Lufku? Will it get round? Is it going to be Obi? It's Obi. He's going to love to know that. Obi's not very well at the moment. He's unfortunately gone back to bed. I don't know if he's watching or not, but if he's here, oh, Obi. Obi again. Obi your captain last week? Oh, Obi was off last week, wasn't he? Yes, Obi has been. So Obi for the second time. His team snapped in. It's Obi.
Obi and Lauren, this is going to be a great week.
It's going to be fun, isn't it? Absolutely. So that leaves me with one final thing I need to do for the show. And I'm guessing you guys know what that is. It's next task. Before I reveal the task, we'll call out. So I'm away on holiday next week. So between sort of Wednesday and Friday night, I'm going to be away with very little signal and going away, staying in the countryside, camping with the wife for a few days. Nice to actually get away from screens for a while. I've spent a lot of time on them this week. That's what we're going to be doing. You actually have a little bit longer for your deadline this week. The next week's show, there won't be one. The following show will actually be on the 26th. So Friday the 26th. And this is what you're going to be up to.
Suspense every time is just impeccable.
What do we think?
So good.
Creative task, and we have a guest judge. It won't be me choosing the winner this time round. I'm not telling you who that guest judge is, though. You'll just have to wait for the show. I don't want anyone's biases and community links getting involved and people sneakily trying to find out who the judge is. Don't want any of that, okay? So your plans or your task is to create a card for a character that's not currently in the game. And I will also say on this one, none of the data mined ones that are coming either. So you can't steal an idea that's already there. It can be any character you want. Up to you guys to pick who you want to bring into the game. Okay? Preferably a Marvel character. That would be helpful. No throwing in Batman and all that sort of stuff. So again, a card that could be in the game. You need to create or find the artwork that you want for its base variant. Let's know what its cost and power is. Let's know what the ability is. Let's know what kind of synergies that you might find in the game. You can help each other with this. So as much as you might want to say this person has one idea, one person has another, if you've got a person in the team that's a little bit better at the creative side and wants to do the design work and do all the cards, and you've got another person that wants to think about some of the ideas of the abilities and synergies and stuff, then you can do that as well. Up to you how you do it as a team. Mind how you do it. Any design work needs to be done by people within the team. No getting someone else, your mate down the road to do it, unless you're using a Google found image of a particular character or a design from someone else. If we do that, then obviously if it is artwork that you've chosen, just let us know as well within there so we can give the credit to the actual artist as well. So that's all I ask on that one. That's what we're going to be doing. So a bit of a creative task. You've got a little bit longer. So you've got up until the Wednesday you see before the show, so Wednesday the 24th. So you've got 10 days. That's what we're going to be up to. What do we think?
Very excited for this one. It is a great task.
Pretty cool, no? I'm trying to keep it so sometimes it's in game, sometimes it's out of game. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm sick of seeing 2.1 billion power cards.
It's just breaking.
Lauren's just like,
Okay.
yeah, stop this. I'm having to
How
I'm having
can
to
I
rejig
balance this
things.
out?
Yeah, well, there's another task that's coming. I'm hopeful that may well be the one after this one that I think is going to have people head scratching. That's all I'll say. Another in-game one. So yeah, you can have your creative one for a little while and some designs and some ideas and stuff, and then there's one that's coming that will be an in-game one, which will probably be the next task after this that is going to have you head scratching. I hope. I think it will anyway. I'm sure within 5 minutes it will be I'll be proven wrong, and someone will have again some kind of breaking integer numbers and limits and whatever else is going on in that. So we shall see. All right. So thank you again for coming along, and thank you again for all of your support this week. It's been a massive, massive help to me, and I couldn't have got through the week without you all. You know who you are if you've reached out, and you know if you've been in chat. You guys have been my rock for sure. When I thought everything potentially was gone and we might have to delay things, to be back up and running within 2 days, I didn't think would happen when this all happened on Thursday evening for me. So I'm glad it is. I am now completely poor, so if you do have any primes that you want to send my way, I much appreciate it. Still waiting for my Twitch payouts, unfortunately. I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, I need to basically raise back the money I spent on a new hard drive. But there we go. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. For those of you that still got the rest of Sunday evening to go, and I hope your weeks next week are fun and creative. This has been Snapprentice.